Hey everybody, welcome back to Spillage Studios. Welcome back to the Slashcast. This is going to be our first Slashcast of 2026, and we're doing Alien Earth, which we promised to do back in 31 Nights of Halloween. This is actually the second 31 Nights of Halloween episode. Go watch the weapons review, weapons episode if you didn't before. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you like everything or like anything that you see. And yeah, I guess we'll just start off. So I obviously watched this previously and talked about it for 31 Nights of Halloween, which was our kind of October special series that we did. I really, really enjoyed Alien Earth, and I really wanted you guys to watch it. So I'm excited to hear what you think about it. So I think at the top of the show, I just want to hear from both of you, like your general thoughts, and then we'll go into a deeper discussion. Ethan? Why don't you go first?
It's okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
You don't have anything deeper to say than that.
Not until we get to the deeper discussion.
Okay, Patrick, what do you have to say? Maybe you can.
Um, I kind of agree. I liked it more than I thought I did, and but, but with that being said, there was definitely for me there was a lot of downsides that I wish going into the show weren't going to be downsides, and we'll kind of get into that once we do like more in-depth review. But some of the issues I have are like kind of some of the issues like I previously brought up to you when we were kind of briefly talking over in 31 Nights. And I just don't think they executed some things. I thought it was really well done. I thought it was really well shot. I thought the beginning episode was really cool. Kind of like they kind of like made it almost seem like it was like the original Alien, like the opening, almost like shot for shot. I thought that was really cool. Definitely, I think there were some like filler episodes that kind of were dragging a little bit, but other than that, I thought it was pretty well done. Like I said, it's not my favorite show of 2025, but I definitely think it was a solid start if they want to keep building on something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, where? How do you guys want to take this? I mean, do you want to go episode by episode, or do you want to just talk about it and see where it takes us? I mean, if anybody has anything really glaring they want to say, I can reiterate my feelings on it if that works because I feel like
Yeah, I
I
think you
like it.
should.
I think I like it more than
You,
you two.
I think you do. So
So
kind of give us a refresher.
yeah, I'll just kind of reiterate how I felt. So I am someone. Obviously, we did our kind of watch through of the whole series of all the Alien films last year, and that was really great. And
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say that I absolutely hated or despised most of the movies after Aliens. I did not. I actually had a lot of fun with like Resurrection. And I don't think Romulus is a bad movie by any means. I have my issues with it.
yeah.
Covenant, I fell asleep for, as I've said many times, so I still have no opinion on that movie. And regardless, I personally, though, in movie and television specifically, I think that this is the best story that has been told in this universe on the screen with actors since Aliens. That was my kind of like general overarching. I think the characters in this are really well done. I think all the actors do an absolutely amazing job. I think the actors who are playing children in adult bodies do an amazing job at that. And I think that really sold a lot of it for me. I like seeing different aliens in the universe. I like the expansion of the universe, not just the aliens, but the corporations and how they operate and kind of getting to see what's actually going on Earth. I thought was really intriguing. I went into this series thinking I was going to hate it because I always assumed that
Yeah.
the crux of Alien was that the xenomorph cannot come to Earth. Like that, and that's Endgame. Then it's all over. But I think they handled it really well. I'm not saying it's a perfect series. I just think that it's the best Alien thing that I have consumed in the last, I don't know, well, I guess last year, but when I actually watched like the whole series. But since Alien and Aliens, I think, in my opinion, as far as TV and movies are concerned, and we can get into a deeper discussion. But I'd like to hear you guys, and you seem a little more so on it. So if one of you wants to take the
Uh,
floor,
well, kind of piggybacking what you just said. Sorry, as the cat is
it's okay.
berating the camera right now. Kind of piggybacking that what you were talking about, like the actors. I thought Sydney Chandler kind of sold was pretty awesome in the show
Yeah. I mean, I think
because
all the
I
acting
think
is great.
that's yeah, I think it's super unique that like it's a human soul in like a synth body because we've never seen that in like any type of like alien lore on screen. We've never really seen that, and I thought it was like super unique because I thought Sydney like portrayed the like emotion of those type of characters really well.
I think that this is a lot of series firsts, and I think for me they handle all of it really, really well. It fits into the universe, and they don't break any rules, in my opinion, that kind of ruin any of the other movies. Whereas I think some of the other films in the series do ruin other films in the series, whereas I don't think this does.
I'll be honest, I did not like the boy Cavalier.
Yes, I
I
know.
thought he was a little too annoying. He was like so
I feel
annoying.
like a lot of people have problems with him, but I feel like if you don't like a villain, that shows you that they're doing a good job at playing that character.
But yeah, I guess. But they made him like I don't know. They like I don't know. They just kind of made him like too annoying. They didn't really make him like. It was definitely a different take on like an alien villain. Like usually you have the synths as the villains, and they're more like well, which I kind of like that they switched the tone a little bit because they made it in past alien movies or like anything alien related, it's always been like super serious. So they kind of changed the roles a little bit and made it a like a silly, arrogant type of nonchalant villain. I thought it was a little unique, but it also was kind of annoying.
I mean, was it annoying? Like the character is annoying, or his performance is annoying? Like because I think if his performance is annoying, that's probably the point. Like I thought
It
he was
almost like
annoying in times too, or do you just think the character was written annoyingly, and why? Would be my question. Like, what was so annoying about him? Because I think he's written as a pretty good villain for like a child billionaire, millionaire.
he was almost like
trillionaire.
he was almost written as like a Disney bully.
Okay, that's actually kind of funny. Because unfortunately, I can
Like,
kind of
you
see
can't-
that.
You can't if you actually break down and watch the show, especially as I was watching some like breakdowns of it. He just is like a Disney bully, but like a bunch of kids.
Ethan, do you have any thoughts about the boy Cavalier?
I don't like him.
And the name, you like him,
Bro needs to put on some shoes.
dude? He's written by Quentin Tarantino.
He's written by Quentin Tarantino. What are you talking about? Oh,
It's a joke because Quentin Tarantino
yeah,
likes
it's the feet thing. The feet thing. Yeah. I mean, I guess like I could see that. I did find him annoying at times, but I don't think he's like written poorly. I think he's supposed to be that kind of like pompous, annoying, like nonchalant villain, like you were saying. But he does get crazy at the end too, which I think kind of like ties it all together that he is like childish.
You know what? You know what was super underrated that I liked a lot was the Disney like undertones of the Peter Pan and Wendy kind of correlation to the story.
But you're shaking your head, Ethan. Please.
I liked it. I
Fucking
thought it.
stupid.
Okay,
but
go.
that's the
Why?
point, though. That's the point.
Why?
I don't get.
First of all, let me just tell you, I kind of hated the show. First of all, I hate almost every character entirely except Kirsch. Kirsch and Morrow are fine. Like, one's kind of
like
a company man who's like, he's kind of that like almost that synth Utani character we have, but it's kind of cool because he has a human side too.
The cyborg.
And then Kirsch is like a cool handler, but I don't enjoy. I think it's fucking stupid to have baby speaking adults. I fucking hate that shit and everything. And it gives me weird fucking like this dude was just whoever directed this shit or wrote this shit was just trying to have adult actors baby talk for him, and it's fucking
I
weird.
feel like that's a bit of like a leap, but yeah.
I feel like the being able to talk to the alien and control the alien is fucking retarded.
I will say this.
I agree with that. I think that is the weakest part of the show. I think that's the weakest part of the show.
That ruined the show so much for me. Like that made. I was going, halfway through. I was like, this is like an 8 out of 10 show. Once Wendy started speaking to the Xenomorph, I was like, no, this is like.
I think that the rationale makes sense. I think the rationale for why she can do it makes sense, but I think it is the weakest story beat of the show. But I want to come back I want to come back to that, but I want to talk to Ethan about this whole hatred of like all the children characters, because I feel like you're taking it in this very like personal direction towards like the writers and directors, and I think that's like a little bit unfair, because I think also the fact that you don't like the Neverland thing is like either you just don't like the very concept of what's going on with the characters, or like you're just misunderstanding, because the whole point of the Neverland like allegory is that Boy Cavalier you know, he has this whole
Peter
thing.
Pan.
Yeah, he has this whole thing about
He's
how
upset when
of
they
youth.
grow up. Oh my gosh!
I'm not
we
saying
got
it's
bought
the
by
deepest
Disney.
thing in the world.
We got bought by Disney, dude. We have to add Peter Pan.
I don't think it was that at all. I think that it's a good, like, allegorical, like, thing to have in the background of this show that follows a lot of those beats with some of its characters. I think it's deeper than you're giving it credit for. I'm not saying it's, like, the deepest, most interesting thing. I'm sorry Alan Moore didn't write it, so it's not 5 layers of fucking retarded. Okay? But, like, it's still, like, a deep or interesting undertone and thematic thing throughout the show. And I also think in an episodic format, him reading the book, like, adds to that episodic format and kind of gives that kind of chaptering to the story and, like, pushes the story along.
I will say though that the storyline with the Wayland
Were you
ship
trying to say something? I'm sorry.
was.
No. It's good.
I was gonna say I think the Utani ship, like that whole storyline, was way more interesting than the actual plot.
So you like the
I will
one
say-
episode that's just Alien.
Yeah, because it felt like the most.
And I think that's a credit to
Alien-like
this
stuff.
show, that it did Alien, the original movie, in one episode and you enjoyed it.
And I'm sorry, but once we get the last scene in this show is so stupid. When they're all caged, the boy cavalier and the aliens like leeching on like a pet, and they're all just standing in a circle.
Ethan wants to say
Where are the
something, I
ghosts
think.
now?
I just want to say, I think every single stake this show had was like completely worn off after episode 2, to me at least. After you see her and her brother, fucking, she kills the alien. Second episode. Also, why do they instantly like? Well, I guess maybe because Kirsch hacked the thing, so I guess I'll let that slide. Maybe the whole him calling it a xenomorph instantly. So I'll let that slide. But the whole thing where she instantly kills a xenomorph, episode 2, and then her brother and her both magically survive fucking crazy injuries, and then
Well, her brother literally
Bro.
has to go to, like, the medical thing and, like, be taken care of.
and get his lung
like,
he
get his
gets
lung
fucking
transplanted. Like, it's not like they just magically survive. It's that they went to this place where they have all the money in the world to fix them. I feel like you're, like,
Okay,
skipping over
but
beats
also-
to make it sound stupider.
Also, well, no, let me take it back for a bit, because they kind of just have him flying on a plane with like very little medical equipment on him. They fly him on a plane, bro. It took like half a day. It felt like for him to get back, for them to actually go from that island to the city, to the crash site in the first episode. It took him like the whole episode to get there, maybe even longer. It might have taken into like part way through the second episode. And then it's like it started like midday, and then it was dark by the time they got there.
I mean, no, I think they get there earlier in the day. When he arrives, it's still light outside.
Yeah, when he arrives, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying when the synth Peter Pan's children fucking
Right, but he wasn't injured
arrive.
then.
I know. I'm saying
calling him
he got
Peter-
injured, and they flew him back to fucking Paradise Island.
Yeah, but we
Epstein's
don't know
Island.
where the synth island is in comparison to. Like, I feel like this
We
is like
just
a
watched
weird
them-
semantic argument.
Oh, no. We literally watched them fly from there to the point in like probably a decent amount of hours. Bro had a completely fucked up lung and survived for hours.
See,
on that
I
plane.
feel like this is just like a completely semantic argument. I'm sorry. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm willing to suspend my disbelief, like, for like the story at large on like small shit
But
like this.
I'm
Like,
not even. That's not even like. Yeah, whatever. Fuck the semantics. I'm just saying it feels like it ruins all sense of like, oh, there's actual risk in this thing. Like normal Alien, like Alien, they kill people,
But
and
the,
yeah, I guess
the risk is that
cool.
he'll kill him. He will kill him. That's why he gave him the lung, because he's in debt to him now. Like, he can do whatever he wants to him.
Is there really any risk though? He is literally like a cybernetic super soldier as his sister.
Yeah, I think it's still a risk. I mean,
And then-
she's still a child
And then like
as well.
3 episodes later, she's like, Alien loves me now.
I see. You're just like oversimplifying. I get that you didn't like it, but I feel like you're just oversimplifying so much to like make the point that it's like silly. Is it any sillier than any other movie in this fucking franchise? Did you watch Alien Resurrection?
Yeah,
I think it was more silly.
I thought that
than
was stupid.
You think it was more silly than Alien Resurrection, where... Okay. By the way, the super soldier thing happens in that, too.
Yeah, it's not with the Lost Boys.
I mean, listen, I get it. Okay, if you just didn't like the series, whatever. But, like, I just feel like your points on why it's bad or why it's, like, not written well are, like, so surface level. And, like, I feel like you just didn't, like, absorb it at all.
No, I get what Ethan's saying. I'm more, for me, like I said, I just think it was like almost like too Disneyfied a little bit.
I think is like from that point forward, it felt like there was no risks. When it like seems like this is the part where these at least one of these characters is supposed to die.
We do see the synths die, though. There is risks. Like, they can be killed.
But the first time you see anything happen, it's nothing.
What do you mean it's nothing?
Do you know what I'm saying? Literally nothing happens. Literally the next episode is like, oh, we're healed. We're good.
With the first synth who dies, the kid, he gets melted. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I'm saying in the first 2 episodes when they fight the Xenomorph.
The first 2 episodes of an 8-episode series. Like, I'm sorry, the stakes are not the same in the first 2 episodes as they are at the end. Like, I feel like the stakes should ramp up instead of, like, staying the same or, like, going downwards. Why would the stakes go downwards?
I'm saying they should stay up the whole time. That's like, it feels like there's no stakes when you finish the second episode on like, oh shit, these characters are in trouble.
Also, doesn't that
like,
episode end on a cliffhanger?
Yeah, and then literally the next episode it's pops out and it's like, oh, they're good. So it's a cliffhanger that doesn't do anything.
I mean, what is the next topic? Because it seems to me like your like whole reading of the series is just, oh, everything in this is dumb. Everything is Disneyfied.
No, I'm not saying it's. I don't think it's Disney. First of all, that was Pat's saying. All right.
I'm talking to both of you, so I'm just saying. All I'm hearing is on one side I'm hearing, oh, it's Disneyfied, which I don't know what that fucking means. What does it mean to be Disneyfied? Like, is it because there's too many women on screen? Like, I don't know. Actually, explain it to me. And then on your side, all I'm hearing is, oh, she can control the alien, and the Lost Boys are fucking gay. Like, explain to me what the actual problems you have with the story, with the visuals, with the characters. Like, give me something to latch onto that's not just like, oh, this weird petty thing that I have against this.
I'm not. I am saying something. I'm saying there's. Well, good.
One of you go.
I was just saying. I was more jokingly saying that. If I was to actually, like, if I'm actually breaking this down, I think the visuals are really well done. I think that was honestly probably one of the...
though.
Not really.
It kind of looks like shit in the first time.
The alien looks bad in the light. I will say that.
Budget.
No, it's not. Okay, hold on. I'm going to call you on that. It is not a fucking... This is a Disney Plus budget. That's a way bigger budget than a TV budget. And I will say the alien looks pretty good in the dark. But when they have the alien in the light, like in the jungle and shit, I did think that looked like shit. I'm not going to lie.
I will say one of the worst scenes for me, and also like kind of like knocked me out for a little bit. Like I got intrigued when they were like exploring the ship in the beginning. I was intrigued, and then you see like the hotel stuff. Like I was intrigued by that. But I will say that first part when you first see the alien and it's like backing up into frame against Marrow, bro, that it looks like ass, bro. That shot like makes his head look like it's like this wide in the back. Like it looks terrible. That first scene.
I disagree.
When he backs up.
I think the alien stuff is pretty good on the whole, but I wasn't expecting it.
No, I'm not even saying. I'm just saying like that specific scene did not make the alien look good.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that like
look like.
I think honestly the CGI looks better than the practical alien in this. Like I think when they do the CGI alien, it looks better than the practical one in this series. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I'd have to go shot for shot to decide that. Let's take it to a more specific topic though. We can talk about. So here's the thing that I really enjoyed about the series. What did you think of the new aliens and the other creatures?
I thought that part was pretty cool because they're more like parasites, and I like that it leaves it like very like anonymous. They don't really give too much lore into it, and I think maybe because they're setting up for more seasons.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I'm not sure.
Because you don't really
the weird
understand what they're like.
Payoff. like having
Yeah.
no payoff is kind of weird.
Yeah, the eye
thought
was like
the-
an interesting plot point, and I do think that's another thing I will say that kind of drops. Like,
But yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of feels hammed in there. It's like, oh,
well, I don't
you're
think it's
super
hammed in. I
knowledgeable.
just think the story is dropped. Like, there's no kind of real resolution for it. But I think it's because
Yeah, that.
they're opening a second season,
Yeah.
or they're trying to open for a second season.
And
Which I will
other,
say,
like
I'm sorry,
aspects
Richard, go.
I take into like account too are because this takes place before Alien, if
Yes,
or is it after
Yes.
Alien?
it's before.
So it's before
before.
the events of Alien.
Yes,
So you also have to take into account how that kind of plays into the other movies. At least that's where I take it because that's why I have issues with the ending of this show. How they made it the synths are like they're like I don't even know, they're like what would you really controlling the alien?
I
Like,
will
what would you
say,
really
I think
consider
the
that?
ending is tough because the problem is if they don't do a second season, then things go unexplained, and it's like, well, where are these characters throughout the rest of the series? And then if they do a second season, also though, like I think the second season could ruin this. I honestly think they should have just killed like every character at the end of this.
I don't think they should have had the Lost Boys. I don't think they should have added that final scene.
No, I think they
would
should
have
have just
been
killed
fine
everybody.
if they had.
Like straight up just killed everybody at the end. I think that would have made it
Yes,
like 10 times better.
I agree with that because then it would play into all the other events of this entire universe. It would make so much more sense. I don't think it makes sense to keep them alive.
Right, because where are the synths like later in the series, the like soul synths? And I guess if the project never went like finished, then I guess there wouldn't be more. But like I don't know, it does cause, but a prequel is always going to cause issues like that. And I think for the most part, it's pretty uninvasive. And I also don't mind the idea that Yutani knew about the Xenomorphs before Alien, because I think we already knew that. Because I think Covenant takes place before this. That could be wrong, but
Yeah,
I don't think
everything.
Covenant and Prometheus are canon
oh, okay, whatever. Is that changed
because
now?
they're not-
originally
they're
some
not
lore
canon because
behind
of
this.
this show.
Yes, because originally this show was going to be canon, but they had issues with the timeline because it wasn't making any sense. Because I originally think they had the show take place in like 90 or something like
Yeah.
that, and it wouldn't have made any sense between the events of Alien and the events of Alien Earth,
Yeah, I think too though.
and it wouldn't have made any sense with Covenant too.
Regardless of Covenant and Prometheus or not, I think like I always kind of assumed, especially from playing like Alien Isolation too, I always assumed that Weyland Yutani always knew about the Xenomorphs, like before Alien, like way before
Yeah.
Alien. So I don't think this really like changes that calculation. I do
But
think.
I do think
Yeah, sorry.
I was going to say I do think that's a cool like little tip that they added, like the Utah. At first, you don't really know what they're carrying or why they're carrying like these parasites or species or the xenomorphs. And I do like how they kind of added like, yeah, we're holding like this cargo, we're transporting this cargo, and we don't really want anyone else to know about it.
Hmm.
And when it crashed, they want to retrieve everything. Obviously, they don't want the companies on Earth, Boy Genius, to get a hold of it. Now, I don't. Maybe I forgot like a part of the show, but how did? Because in the one part they go on to like that like telecast. It's the Boy Genius and I'm forgetting the cyborg's name.
Oh, Morrow.
Yeah, Mora. They have like their little telecast that they're talking
What do you mean?
with Moro about retrieving like the parasites and alien on the ship.
When he's talking to the Indian kid.
No, it's Moro and the Boy Genius. They're on like a telecast. This is I think it's episode 6, I think, when they're like on a telecast, and it's like
I don't know.
it's
what
kind
you
of
mean.
that episode takes place like what happened on the ship. And the Boy Cavalier is like on.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
when he
up the
because he planted
telecast.
the guy who basically destroyed the ship.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he
Okay.
he already
Yes.
knows like what happened, like what's on that cargo and everything.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I mean he sabotaged it, which I think like that's like a fine plot point. Like I think the whole crux of the story is fine. It doesn't really like cause any issues for me. I will say like I do think there are some characters who are better than other characters. Like I will say Morrow's story is like very interesting. and I did find him like the most intriguing character. I like Kirsch. I like the fact that Kirsch, like, at the end, kind of has his weird like streak where he's doing his own thing. And I think at some point in the series he might like mention, but he's like, he kind of realizes that he'll outlive all the humans, so like he's not really worried about like them getting hurt. He's just out for like the science of it, which I thought was an interesting synth character who's not like inherently evil. He just like doesn't really care for humanity. And he's also kind of playing his own game behind the scenes, which I thought was interesting. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's really like how I felt about the characters. Like, I do think like while the actors did a great job portraying the Lost Boys characters, all of them, and like playing in that kind of like childish mentality and like evolving throughout the series, I do think like there was some weakness with those characters, and I almost wish that they had killed them faster. Like they had whittled the cast down a little sooner, because some of the background stuff I feel like we didn't really need. Even though it does obviously make like the emotional impact of their deaths more important or whatever. But
even if you just keep like Wendy alive, like I think that would be like a cool ending too, because Wendy's alive and she's really would be the only one that knows what happened.
yeah, I mean, I do think I wish they would have killed
Which I think
Joe.
is more.
Honestly, I think her brother should have died, because I think it would
He
have
should
made.
have died like 12 times.
Well, I think it would have made the him being saved in the beginning of the series more impactful of a death if he died at the end. And it also would have justified Wendy like going full like take over and destroy everything. Cuz I feel like she doesn't really have as much of a justification for that other than just like getting smarter and realizing she's being like used. Whereas like if Joe died, then she would have a reason to like go like full crazy.
Yeah, the only reason I say that is because if Wendy's the last one alive, like everyone else is completely dead. Boy Genius in jail. Like everyone dies besides Wendy. And she's the one isolated on Earth that knows about this secret, and I just feel like that plays into like other events perfectly, because she'll be the only person on Earth that knows like what happens about these parasites, about the xenomorphs, knows about the corrupt companies, and knows about like Wayland's.
Yeah, but I also think the aliens cannot be alive. That's my real problem with the end of this, is that the aliens should have all been killed at the end of this.
Yep.
I think, personally, the best way to end it would have killed everybody but Kirsch.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually.
Kirsch is kind of like the only character you could see just, like, based on his motives throughout the show, is, like...
Not saying
building
anything.
up to, like, hey, he wouldn't tell, but maybe he'd go to Weyland-Yutani and be like, hey, like, this happened here, and, like, kind of push them further to pursue it, and kind of, like, take a place there, and kind of be that synth that's using... that for science.
Hi, kitty. What's this cat's name? Wendy. Oh, ceiling. Yeah, no, I agree with you, actually. I think Kirsch should have been, though, like, only... Or, like, Kirsch and Morrow.
No, I don't think...
But, yeah, I also don't think Morrow can live through it, so...
Yeah, and also, like, Morrow, I feel like he's kind of, like, a conflicted character. So, kind of, either, like... he would have needed to go there, and like maybe him and Kirsch like going to Yutani or something like that, and then them killing Marrow anyway.
Yeah,
because Marrow like says like I have nothing to live for, so like they wouldn't want that loose end.
Yeah, it's true. I will say, like, I also do just like the world building in general. I've always wanted to see more of like the corporation stuff. I'm almost upset that we only saw Yutani and what is the Boy Genius's corporation called? I don't even remember. Prodigy, that's what it was. But I think only seeing those two corporations was a little bit of a letdown. I would like to see the other corporations that they like reference as well a little bit. But I think seeing some of that Earthbound world building, it actually like only adds to the other films in the series, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would say something if they're gonna do a second season that could be interesting is like a space race, but for taking over Prophecy, Prodigy. Sorry. Yeah. Like everybody racing to take that over.
Yeah, and like Wendy's on the island with the aliens. Yeah. I think that's the problem too.
Not that
I think it's my biggest problem with this. One of my biggest problems with the series is just that ending, because they're clearly wanting a season 2. But if they never get a season 2, then that ending is terrible. Because like, they're just inconclusivity of it within this universe that is pre-established is not good at all. Because if they're so worried about Prometheus and Covenant ruining the timeline, that also ruins the timeline then. And so if they do not do a second season, then that sucks. And if they do a second season, I'm just worried that it's going to get worse. Because I can agree that there are negative aspects of the show. Like, it's not like the best show ever. I just really enjoyed it. But like, they could take some of the aspects I don't like about it and expand them to the point where it is bad if they continue. I think that's my big worry with it. But I do like the directing. I like the way it looks. I like the directing. I like the music choice, but that's kind of neither here nor there. And I want to watch more from this. I want to watch more from this director. I know he did the Legion series, like the X-Men Legion TV show, and I've heard that that's actually really good.
There's like a different director every episode.
No, the like main guy, I forget his name.
The showrunner.
Yeah, the showrunner.
Noah Hawley.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's like a different director every episode.
Okay, I'm sorry, Ethan.
But he's the main showrunner. So
yeah, I mean, I wasn't following. I wasn't going into any in-depth research about this show.
That's fine, dude. Seemed like it. Sorry, that was. Anyway. Is there anything else about it that we want to get into very specifically?
I was just saying it kind of is dangerous too if you get into like more seasons. Like, I don't think this can be like a 5-season show.
No, absolutely
because
not.
if you call, and keep in mind the show's called Alien Earth, if you get into 5 seasons of Xenomorph on Earth, then you kind of get into some trouble with I'm not saying like like everything has to correlate to the lore of the show, but like, you know, you kind of have to respect some boundaries.
Yeah, you definitely do, and I think that even 2 seasons is pushing it. Like that's kind of crazy. Yeah. I think what they could do is a sequel with similar characters or some of the characters, but like not on Earth. Like that, I would be like, okay, if there was like some kind of gap and then these characters reappear doing something else somewhere else.
Yeah. I was thinking too, like you could also, they do mention Mars.
I don't remember that.
But I was gonna say you could do like another season.
Mars.
Oh, okay.
That's where the brother was gonna go to school on Mars.
Oh yeah.
But I was gonna say for season 2, you definitely could do like a different aspect where different companies, maybe like another company figures out about the xenomorphs or parasites. And they kind of want to get involved with it.
Oh, I got something in my mouth. Sorry. That was gross. I think that was like a mustache hair. That's gross. My bad. I was almost going to put my dogs on the screen because I know that Ethan would just like actually like, you might implode. So let's talk about this. I know that you hate bare feet. Is that really your real true problem with Boy Cavalier? Is that he doesn't wear shoes?
No, I mean, he's just kind of like your boring billionaire antagonist. That's just like, oh, let's just take that Weyland-Yutani character and just make it fucking, you know, like your average Weyland-Yutani synth, and let's just make him a person.
I don't think Boy Cavalier is like a Weyland-Yutani synth at all. What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. It's just kind of that like all for the company, and he's like, oh, this is my new shiny. Let me get it.
I don't think he's about that at all, though. I think he's all for himself. I don't think it's really even for the company. Yeah. I think it's like to serve his own ego. I think he is a unique character. I mean, like
I will say, yeah, I agree with Cole there. I think the way he like serves his ego and just kind of being just arrogant and very just like nonchalant. I think that's what makes it different from like the synths, because the synths are very.
I don't mean like
the book.
I don't mean it's like the like.
I don't even think his motivations are the same.
Since the synths work as like the Weyland-Yutani's greed, and then he's just working as his own greed. Like,
I think that's why.
I think Morrow serves that.
I think that's why he picked like the kids too, because he can manipulate them and kind of conduct his own experiments.
Yeah, and I think it's all for him. It's for his own like sadistic ego and like things that he wants to do. You know, that's not greed. That's a different thing. Like, you're talking about like corporate greed. That's different. I think the Weyland-Yutani angle.
No, I don't mean corporate greed. Like, I'm just saying it's overall like them just trying to get what they want. at
You're
the
saying
beginning.
them, like as
It
in
just
plural.
overlaps.
This is one. I'm saying it's like a
I'm saying
narcissistic
Wayland
singular
Yutani
thing.
and the guy, he also wants that. I'm saying them as like a whole of comparing both characters
Yeah, I just think it's
or both,
complete. I think
like,
the motivations are not the same.
sides. And maybe it's
Yeah,
just I
I
didn't
think
read into it like that much because I
I
just
didn't think you have to read
after a
into
while
it.
I just, like I said,
Like I think
no,
his.
I'm not saying like read into
Sorry.
it like that. Like he, to me at least, he's just out for himself. And then when you see those synths in the other movie, it's just like, oh, all we're trying to do is get this back for, like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, we just want this because we want this, or because
I,
this entity wants it.
I,
Where this
I,
one,
I
it's
think
just
he's trying to do it for like
Yeah, it's
immortality.
for
And I think
selfish
that's why
reasons. Like it's not.
yeah,
And Wayland Yutani is doing it as a company for like exploitative, like corporate
he's just
reasons.
doing it for
Where
himself.
he's doing it for himself, like the science aspect is to serve himself and the way that he wants to be. I think the motivations
And
are so
I
completely different. And just on that point of like the synths from Wayland Yutani, like you said, like they're trying to get it back for nebulous or like reasons. We know the reasons they're trying to get it back, so they can use it and exploit it as a corporation.
yeah.
And I think that's
Yeah,
different
and
than
I
Blue
think
Cavalier.
for himself. He's
I
trying
think
to exploit
also
it for himself.
It's not the same thing, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
I mean, I just
I think also because I was and this kind of makes sense the first episode. I think also that Earth is dying. I think it's on like its kind of last leg, and they don't talk about it as much in the show, but I think Earth is like pretty much like on the brink of like extinction, and that's why he's trying to get everything on that cargo, kind of explore these parasites, explore
That's
transferring with
definitely
human
not
souls
true.
to
I don't
space.
think that's true because I'm pretty sure in Aliens that she goes to Earth
yeah.
or she's
Yeah,
on Earth.
but you
in
can definitely
Aliens.
tell it.
She's on a space station outside of Earth.
Well, close enough.
Um, but like Earth, you know, is Utani's headquarters. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, we don't have to keep talking about it. I think everybody can kind of see where we're at. Everybody will give our number ratings, and then we can do like a little end discussion here, and then we'll maybe talk about next month's episode. So everybody, number ratings. Let's go. I'm gonna give it. I don't remember what I gave it in 31 Nights, but upon having some time to sit with it, I'm gonna give it like an 8 out of 10. So, Ethan.
Probably like a 6 out of 10.
Okay. That's a fair review.
That was higher than I thought.
What's yours, Patrick?
I'll give it 6.5 out of 10.
Oh, Mr. One Upper, dude. Mr. Last Word. No, but that's fine.
Because like I said, I enjoyed a lot of it, and I also just had some issues with
No,
it. It was still
I
like
can see
enjoyable.
confliction with it. I don't think it's like God's gift to like television or anything, but I did really enjoy it. I mean, so does anybody have any closing thoughts? Anything they didn't get to talk about that they had in notes or was really important to them?
I guess I have a question. Did you guys like this more than? Are you guys more like Romulus people or Alien Earth people?
I'm definitely more Alien Earth, but that's just me.
Because me
I-
personally, I was you guys know me. I was big on Alien Romulus,
Oh, I
so
know.
I thought that was everything. To me, Romulus was everything that Earth should have been.
See,
I
and
think
I'm the
maybe that's
exact
why I was a little
opposite. I'm the
disappointed.
exact opposite. I think Alien Earth is everything for an Alien series that Romulus should have been. So,
And I think it also comes down because I think like if you go look at the first two movies, Alien and Aliens are two totally different genres. Alien
Sure.
is more horror sci-fi, and Aliens is more action sci-fi. And for me personally, I've always been an Alien over Aliens fans. I think both are fantastic, some of the greatest movies of all time. And I think that's why I enjoy. Like for me, the best parts were like the alien just like preying on, especially the one scene where he's like preying on Joe. It kind of felt like Alien Isolation, like,
yeah. I mean,
and
I
reminded me
get
of
that you're
reminded me of
probably
the first
interested in
movie a lot.
different things. Like, you're probably in it for, like, different reasons. Like, I don't know. I think that is why you probably like Romulus more and I like Alien Earth more. But I wouldn't say that because I don't separate Alien and Aliens like that because I can't rate those higher than one another for me. They're just
Yeah.
different. I like both of them. I think both of those are like 10 out of 10s, both of them. And
Yeah.
so like I like them for different
No,
reasons.
I agree. I think they're both exactly.
Whereas Romulus, I think is like a 6 out of 10. It's a lot of rehashing of the original film, and and worse. And I think like the ending of that movie like completely rips it apart for me, and some of the characters also just kind of ruin it for me. So whereas this, I really enjoyed the characters. Whereas some of the alien stuff, I can agree, was not great. And like the alien is not the focus of Alien Earth, which is I think another one of the biggest faults is that it's called Alien Earth, but the alien is like a background character.
I almost kind of feel like they showed the alien.
What?
I almost feel like they kind of showed the xenomorph too much.
Yeah, I think in the like daytime stuff in the jungle when like the Yutani soldiers are there and stuff, I think that kind of like, I don't know, it's a little much.
Also, no, there actually is another scene that we have to talk about because it bothered me so much. When Wendy at the end is freezing time.
I don't remember. Did she freeze
It's towards
time?
the end. She like, yeah, it's like I think it's the last episode where she's like, there's one scene where she just freezes time for a second. Almost like superpowers. And I was like, what the hell is that?
Well, I think they were kind of going in that superpower direction, which I didn't like that. That I didn't like. I get that they're synths and they're stronger and like more resilient. That's one thing. And I can even see the justification for the controlling the alien, even if I think it's dumb. But like when it gets to like the really like crazy, like they're like complete superheroes. Yeah, I'm not into that. Are you talking about on the boat when they're trying to escape on the boat?
No, it's when she's going to like save Joe.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember stopping time. We'd have to point that out. And
it's very brief. It's like only like a 2-minute scene.
I mean, like, just what does she do? Like, I don't know. Like, she literally stops time. She puts her hand out and time stops. Or it's like in her head.
What she does exactly. She does something in her head, and maybe it was that like everything like slowed down.
I think it's that she's thinking about it so fast that it's like she stopped time. I don't think she's actually stopping time.
Yeah, I definitely don't think though that they should have like portrayed like the synthetic, mutation human hybrids as like I feel like they almost overpowered them a little bit too.
Yeah, for sure. Because it makes
especially like the telekinesis and the clicking, speaking to aliens. I think that dumbs it down a little bit too.
I don't think she has telekinesis.
Because the whole point,
I guess she has like they have like electronic, like they can like control electronic stuff or like figure that out.
Well, when she like speaks to the xenomorph,
that's not.
And like tells her like attack boy.
Isn't telekinesis the one where you can like push stuff around with your mind?
No, it's that, and you can also like speak.
Yes, no, you're wrong. Telekinesis is not that. The one.
What is that?
Being psychic is like the one where
when she's like
telepathic. You're talking about telepathy. Is
telepathic.
Yeah,
telepathy.
They're telepathic. They're not telekinetic. She can't like shoot stuff with her hand, like push stuff around with her hands.
But this show almost feels like a ripoff of another series.
Yeah.
The plot kind of reminds me of It a little bit.
I've never watched It, so I don't know.
So there's like a group of kids that
I understand the basic concept, but like I've never gotten like super deep into it. I don't think it's probably.
I don't agree.
Yeah, I don't think it's probably the same thing at all.
You don't agree? It just kind of reminded me of that. I shouldn't say rip
like kids banding up, and then it's like it's not like they get to control Pennywise in fucking It.
I mean, they do in Welcome to Derry.
Well, I haven't watched that.
Yeah, I haven't either. Spoilers.
And I was not very interested, but we'll see. Maybe I'll finish it at some point.
That show's my top show of 2025.
Crazy.
So, yeah.
My top show of 2025.
Mine was Alien Earth.
Didn't have one.
But I only watched like 2 other TV shows last year. So. And I didn't finish True Detective. So.
Yeah. It's not.
What, season 4? Did you watch it all?
What, season 4 of
True Detective?
The like one in Alaska?
Yeah, the new one. I watched like the first like 2 episodes and then I just kind of dropped it. I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of was I watched like the first 2 episodes. It was
Yeah, I didn't finish that. That might have been better than Alien Earth if I'd watched all of it, but I don't know.
It just kind of, well, I heard some bad stuff about it, but
Oh.
it also kind of felt like weirdly like wannabe X-Files-y.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, maybe I'll finish it at some point. But yeah, do we decide what we're doing for next month?
Yeah, we should have a exact list in a certain chat. I can check what it is.
Yeah,
and tell
please.
y'all.
That was kind of the cue
Yeah,
to announce because I didn't look at it before.
yeah. It's gonna be a little bit back, but yeah.
Well, I mean, I can fill the dead air. So, Patrick, why do you think that this is anything like it? Why don't you just go down that rabbit hole for a second so you can finish your thought?
So in it, there's a group called the Losers. I'm gonna go based off Welcome to Derry.
Okay, well,
So in Welcome to Derry,
is Welcome to Derry the
because-
same as the It book and the
Yes.
original thing? It's just
It's
another
the
retelling
same
of it.
not really. It takes 27 years before like the events of the
Okay,
movie.
so no, so it's not the same thing at all.
No, it's still based off all the lore. So essentially, you can technically consider it part of the movies as well. Like there's really no difference. But anyway, so in Welcome to Derry, there's like a military organization in Derry that's working to retrieve the alien, also known as Pennywise, also known as I forget what they call it. I forget what they call it.
It.
But there's weird things happening. And there's the original group called the Losers in this movie. It's called the Lost Boys, and they're special because they're connected in one way or another to the alien, and the show they're connected to the xenomorph or the parasites. And in the show, Dick Hallorann from The Shining is also in the show and uses The Shining a lot to communicate.
Dick Hallorann?
Dick Hallorann.
Anyway, did we find the list on what we're doing for next month?
Yes, I did.
Anyway, Patrick, I disagree with you. What's the list, Ethan? What are we doing for next month? Sorry.
Red Dragon by
Oh, I'm actually super excited. I'm super excited for that.
Yep, the start of Hannibal Lecter. I don't know. I wrote Hannibal in there, so I didn't know if we were doing like the first.
Are we doing all
movies or something like that?
Are we doing all three?
I personally want to do all three because I really want to watch Silence of the Lambs.
Okay, well let's just do all three then.
Okay. Then yeah, we'll do the
So next month is
3
Hannibal.
Hopkins movies. Yep. So that's gonna Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs, and Hannibal.
Wait,
Ooh,
is Hannibal
show?
the TV show?
No, Hannibal's also the third or the second movie originally.
Okay.
Red Dragon's a prequel.
Red Dragon's a prequel, but it's the third movie that came out, but it's the first movie in order.
Yes.
So we're gonna watch them in chronological
So
order.
okay, so it is kind of weird, because the guy who made it originally made that movie in like the 90s.
Okay.
I think before or 80s, before Silence of the Lambs even came out. He made like the original movie with a different cast, and then Silence of the Lambs came out, Hannibal came out, and then they remade it with Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, okay. So we're watching the Anthony Hopkins version.
Yep, yeah, we'll just watch those ones, and maybe eventually
We'll go back and watch the original.
Yes, but since we're watching that, we get to enjoy Ridley Scott's Hannibal, dude.
Oh. Really? Did he do the third
You guys
movie?
didn't know that Ridley Scott did the sequel to Silence of the Lambs. Now you do.
That sounds fucking awesome, dude. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Either gonna be really good or really bad.
Yep. No, it's a literal coin toss. Either gonna be fucking amazing or it's gonna suck.
Either gonna be a masterpiece or the worst piece of media.
What did he make before that? What was the movie he made before that?
Let's see.
Get me a Ridley
Kingdom
Scott
of Heaven?
IMDb. Kingdom of Heaven will be crazy. Then it's definitely bad.
It may have
Hannibal
been.
came out-
Honestly.
Oh no, dude! You know what it is?
What?
Gladiator came before this.
Oh shit! So it's probably
So it's
that
gonna
was
be bad.
yeah. So this is gonna be bad. Okay. Well,
I would say
that's gotta reach the Ridley Scott swing. It's
even though I rewatched
One good
Gladiator and I
movie
feel like I
and
didn't
one
like
bad.
it as much when I rewatched it, but
I will say it is mediocre. It's not bad. It's not like it's okay. It's all right. It's like first time you watch it, you probably won't hate it.
Right on. Well, does anybody else have any more closing thoughts before we end this off?
Nope.
No.
All right. Well,
Don't watch it.
Don't watch it. Fuck you. Watch Alien Earth. I think it's an interesting watch. I mean, if you're like a guy who just doesn't like anything, then don't watch it, I guess. If you don't like to listen when people talk in shows, you just like to watch it with the no subtitles, the sound off. You just look out for people having bare feet and you freak the fuck out about it, then don't watch it, yeah. But
Yeah,
Or
I'm
you
not gonna lie.
could always just watch.
Okay, go,
I will put
please.
myself. I will say this. Once I got to a certain point, I really stopped caring. And
yeah,
was,
I know you.
doing dishes while watching the show.
I know you.
So-
I know you didn't watch the rest of it. I know you got past the 2 episodes that pissed you off, and you were like, nah, whatever.
No, I mean I watched it. I just didn't. I didn't care as much.
Well, that's
So
the
I was like,
problem.
It was
Not-
funny.
I watched the first three episodes locked in, and then I was like,
Honestly, that's how I was too. I was the first 3 episodes I was locked in, and I feel like episodes.
I think we
4
did
through
this on
6
short
were kind
notice, a
of
little bit of
easy.
short notice. So
I will say too, 5 was cool. I'll just throw this in here. 5 was a cool episode, but it really doesn't. You don't really care about it because you already know what happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, listen, I'm not going to deny that's a really good episode. But yeah, I mean, the stakes are different. But doing the original Alien, that's the original Alien episode, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doing the original Alien in 45 minutes or whatever is pretty fucking impressive for it to be that good.
Yeah, I do kind of wish. I don't know how you could have done it. Maybe if it was spread up in chunks, maybe that would have kept my engagement with the rest of the show more too. If they did it instead of doing a 1 episode and knocking that all out, is putting tidbits in there, or did non-linear storytelling with it.
Yeah. I think it could have been sprinkled in. I will say too, I really liked that episode too because it reminded me weirdly in parts of Event Horizon, some of just the shots of the ship and stuff. I don't know why. An episode that never came out. Maybe we'll talk about it again one day. Our best episode ever that never aired. Unfortunate. But yeah, I think that's it for me, guys. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you liked any of this. Maybe we'll fight more in the next episode. We'll see.
We promise we won't hate on shows as much as we did.
No, I mean, you
Or
can hate.
as many-
I
as much
want
as
you
it
guys
makes
to have your
opinions
honest
like we
opinions,
did.
but I'm going to sit here and defend it if I disagree with you.
I want you guys to hate Silence of the Lambs so I can finally have somebody hate on something I love.
Do you want to debate? You want to debate over Silence of the Lambs?
That would be a fun series.
understand it, you fucking.
Yeah, but no, I want the honest opinions, and I just disagree with you, and I think it's better content probably. People are probably going to watch this episode because all we did was scream at each other for the first 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I highly doubt that I'll think Silence of the Lambs is bad, but now the other 2, I don't know because I've never heard anything about them. I've actually seen half of Silence of the Lambs, and what I remember it looked like a good movie. So,
Clarice.
all right. Anyway, peace, guys. Thank you so much.
Peace.